Like, that guy is wow. What a meme to take over the world.
It's so great.
And I watched it and never once thought, oh yeah, that's gonna get memed. Whoever did the first one had the vision, like literally, no pun intended. They had the vision, bro, because that shit was been killing me all week. It's getting stale.
Full
now,
10. I'm still going through the full 10, like memes of it on Instagram.
Oh,
they have like
okay.
a full 10 different ones. I'm like, I'll swipe through all of these.
My favorite is the high pitch, the start a superstar when he does. He does the whole falsetto thing, and people are like, y'all don't say nothing in your girl ear? I be in my girl moaning like, and they've been using that for different shit. That it's so funny, but that performance, man,
It's great.
wow.
He's a talented vampire. Comes out every like 4 years with some new heat.
Dog, he is a Nigerian alien. I don't know. There's something very Nigerian about his face, and I will figure it out. There's something in his lineage, man. Like, he just looks like a Nigerian man to me. I can't shake it every time I watch it.
You should tweet him and ask him to do a 23andMe test or whatever.
Ancestry, Usher's ancestry. That goes viral.
Be like, I think that you have some
machine.
Nigerian in you. Can you please do this?
So I seen a video of Busta Rhymes standing with Chris Brown and Usher. It's backstage or in a party somewhere, some event they were at. And like, you see Chris Brown and Busta like passionately talking about something while Usher's standing there like, you know, being cool, being Usher and nodding or whatever. And I was wondering, I'm like, are they talking about the verses like that people have been bringing up these past 2 weeks? 2 days later, NPR Tiny Desk. I'm like, we ain't getting the verses. We are not getting the verses. That nigga said, I'll give you guys this little snack.
Yeah.
Because he realistically did what? 4 songs, 5 songs maybe at most. And from Confessions, like, it was
that
very
Tiny
old
Desk
music.
was the same thing as Michael Jordan's documentary. It was to let everybody know, like, by the way, the new school is not better than me. I am Usher.
Yeah.
Know who I am.
That shit was flawless, impeccable. Didn't miss a note. Didn't miss a beat. Sounded like the records.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was effortless. Like,
Because he really has talent. He can really sing. Like,
but it's
you know?
like it's so mind-boggling to actually see though. Like with a lot of these people, they have talent. You know what I mean? But like when you see them, like we saw with the verses,
No, his is like real raw, like genuine, you know?
this guy he watched that verses.
Yeah, he's laughing.
He definitely was like, I
He's sitting
have
on
to
his
bring us
couch eating
back.
popcorn and laughing like
He single-handedly brought back male R&B. Because after that verses,
Giveon?
it was a wrap.
Well, after Givion's mic kind of gave up on him.
Givion's mic gave up on him. It was a bad week for at least 6 different male R&B artists in the same week.
Usher said, not me though.
Usher said, not I.
I didn't even listen to Chris Brown's album. Was it good?
And the same week, Chris Brown drops his album. I just want to point that out. It might be a little shady. This might be a little shady, especially when you consider Chris Brown is on Instagram crying about how people aren't like they'll be loud about when he's doing like dumb shit.
Yeah.
But when he drops an album, it's quiet. Which to me, it hasn't been quiet. I've seen a lot of people really enjoy this album.
Yeah, I've seen like when it first came out and seen like kind of trending a bit, but I haven't
listened
heard
to
any
the
tracks
first
from it.
7 or 8 songs because it's an overwhelming lot of tracks.
Is it dance?
There's some
the
dance
vibe?
stuff in there, but majority of it, honestly, is very much him getting back to singing to the ladies and like crooning. And
I like when the male R&B artists were just straight up doing that. Like,
Yeah.
let's just
the first couple songs are like features. It's like so he gets his features all out the way, and then it's just like slow jam, and it's like him in his bag. Like, it's a pretty good piece of work for the first half that I listened to. But like I said, it's always a lot of songs. I gotta pace myself. Can't do all that, man.
one whole day.
Yeah, no. But
That's
Usher, next level human being, and to have Eric Bellinger and Vito as your background singers,
Yeah.
that is a disgusting flex. That's disgusting. That's like fucking Summer Walker being like, all right, guys, my backup singers, Ari Lennox, Jasmine Sullivan. Give it up for them.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out, guys. Really appreciate it. All right, let's get into my shit.
Turn their mics on a little bit.
Bro, and do you know how much of a legend you got to be for, especially male artists, at that, to swallow up their pride and be like, I will be your background singer. Like that potentially could be harmful to their careers. But Usher like almost noticed that and made sure to give them a moment of pause and be like, these two guys right here, the future. They're next.
Yeah.
These are the best vocalists of this generation. Once he said that, I was like, oh, they're good. They're good.
But like when you have to think about it, Eric Bellinger, even though he's written for so many people and stuff like that, his name isn't that
which is
popular.
Weird. Isn't that weird to you?
And so, well, no.
What's missing, do you think? Because he's had great features. He's had great music. His voice, like Usher said, is like
he's signed
top
to
5.
an independent label. So he's signed to Empire.
Okay.
And Empire does takes on independent artists and stuff like that.
So they have a distribution?
It's not, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like that could be a reason he doesn't have like a major label
Pushing,
push.
yeah.
And then also we haven't really been in an era for male R&B, like in terms of like for like label pushing them.
Oh,
we
for
don't
labels
really have
pushing
that
them.
many that are like
Yeah.
huge.
I only in terms of huge, like
in the last how many years? Like
Yeah.
Giveon is obviously
he's an anomaly
pretty-
because he got a feature with one of the biggest white artists. So
Yeah.
like he kind of crossed over. And you have Drake, obviously, who has a global audience with the Chicago freestyle. But I still don't think a lot of people still thought it was Sampha.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't even think people know or cared who was on there.
Yeah.
They just knew the voice was good.
Yeah.
And it's very
But
true.
like we just don't
this-
have that. We there I don't know.
Daniel
So I
Caesar,
feel
Giveon, Brent Fayez.
But I don't even think Brent has been pushed.
Oh no, I'm
that
not saying
much.
they're
okay.
out there. I'm trying to think of like all the male R&B artists that are even close. Like
Yeah, we're just like we just haven't been in that era, so I don't think that that's the reason why he's been getting so much. Like his name isn't as big as his actual credentials.
yeah,
And so I think for him to do something like that with a household superstar who is decently like recognized worldwide is good for them.
yeah. It was
I
great.
would have been like, all right, like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's good for them. I just think he's kind of reminds me of 7th Streeter, where it's like we all know 7th Street is good. We all know her pen is not a joke. But
Yeah.
some things just not connecting. And I don't know if it's a lack of mess because they're not toxic people, problematic. They don't seem like attention seekers or anything like that. So that might be part of the issue. And they're songwriters. So like a lot of times it's kind of an introverted thing. But yeah, no, there's something, I don't know what it is that's missing. Hopefully with this, like I said, Usher did a great job of giving them a stage for a bit. And especially with the challenge, he brought up the challenge that Eric Bellinger started with his song with Superstar, where he does that falsetto run at the start or whatever, and let him do it and start it off. And I was like, that's really dope. So
yeah. The only thing that I didn't like about that is that in terms of like post production, because it's not live, is it? No.
No.
Yeah, it's pre-recorded. So in post, like they went and put up the name card when it was like Eric Bellinger doing that thing, and it just says like Usher Superstar. And I'm just like
the optics, yeah.
I'm like, that's not Usher. Because at first, like when I was scrolling, I'm like, that's not Usher. I'm so confused, and I
That's
didn't
so
wait
funny.
until it like went.
Yeah.
And then I seen it again, and I waited. I'm just like, oh, they put that up like at the wrong time. Because I'm like, that is not Usher.
Yeah.
I'm like, isn't that Eric Bellinger?
Yeah, no. NPR, and to be fair, like I think they're kind of missing something as well. NPR should have like, okay, for example, their thing reminds me of MTV Unplugged. So you remember like Lauryn Hill, Jay-Z doing MTV Unplugged.
Yeah.
Those became albums. Why isn't that happening with that? Because I feel like there's a lot of Tiny Desk performances that people
really
go
love.
back to. Like
Yeah.
there's some that I go back to all the time.
Can you not like you can't get the audio anywhere?
You can rip it
Oh, I guess
and
that's
do it yourself, but like there's no Spotify playlist or there's no albums that NPR is making as a collaboration with these artists that it could turn into something else. You know what I mean?
So who gets paid on all those videos then?
NPR gets paid on the videos for sure.
And they clear all those songs with those record labels?
Well, the singers, if they're gonna perform it, they're clearing it I guess the label's clearing it or whoever, because in order for them to get monetized, it has to be
a
cleared.
label thing, like.
But that's
the label
easy
would
for them.
ask for
yeah.
The label would ask for it though. And
Yeah,
so maybe that's why they don't want to do it, because then NPR isn't going to get the.
Well, it would be a split, right? Obviously, it wouldn't be an even split. NPR, at the end of the day, you're just doing production. So, like, even if it's a 10, 20% split, I'm taking a 10, 20% split off Usher. Sorry. I'm taking a 10, 20% split off that Mac Miller performance that was on there that people go back to a million times. That Daniel Caesar Her performance that was incredible. Anderson killed it. There's so many on Tiny Desk that I can think of. And like, there's other places that have the opportunity to do this as well, which I also find interesting. We don't see any other live music setting, I think, other than Terrell. You know Terrell?
Oh, yeah.
He has like the really good vocalists that come on, and but like he also has a live production set up for them to like perform and shit with lighting and a band and everything. So like they're the only two people I see really doing that. Colors kind of, but it's not an audience. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what the thing that makes Tiny.
I didn't realize that.
Pardon me?
Terrell has an audience?
He doesn't have an audience, but he has his production team that are mic'd up and have their own camera. So you're kind of getting that background, back in the set feel, just like Tiny Desk, where it's like you're seeing all the people who work there that are just watching and shit. Which, I mean, imagine getting a job there and you're just getting free fucking concerts like every Friday. That's so nuts. That's amazing.